I am Jazsmin Douglas. I am a product of America, the open source. America is not open source in the sense that it's free, because we know it's not, but it's open source in the sense of it being collaborative, accessible, and innovative, right? Radia Perlman once said, "The things that I create, if I am successful, will largely go unnoticed. They will simply work and be self-managed." So, what if you developed a person and they became self-managed and your work went unnoticed? Would you be okay with that? First, we need to understand what a program is. Then we should figure out how to participate in these programs before we finally create a program, no matter where you are in life. So what is a program, right? For the sake of this talk, I'll say that it's input, process, output. So we input ourselves, we go through some process, and then we hopefully output a better version on the other end, right? Okay, so I was in a program that saved me from jail, right? It was the misdemeanor marijuana diversion program, where you didn't go to jail for smoking pot. They simply put you in a 4-hour class. You paid $150, and then it was no longer anything you had to worry about, you know? So I'm still hireable. My record is clean, you know? In high school, I was in several programs. I was in the Gifted and Talented program. I was in the JROTC program. And Michael Jordan, even though he's one of the greatest basketball players today, was not accepted into his high school athletics program. Luckily for him and for us as well, he was able to find a program that allowed him to better himself, and he became who he is today. He was able to reach that specific dream of his, right? So then we have to look at participation in a program. How do you participate in your program? Because a program is only as good as its inputs, right? You can have a bad input and it'll lead to a buffer overflow, you know, and we definitely don't want that. So sometimes people participate in programs and they complain the entire time. That was me. Unfortunately, I was thrown into a program that was not created for foreigners. It was a ballet program in Taiwan. So I was learning ballet in French from people who spoke Mandarin natively, right? And I couldn't get it. So I was also at one of the top arts universities in the East. It's called Taipei Isu Dashue, the Arts University of Taipei. And if anyone has gone to an arts university, you're only as popular as your level of talent. So I was at the bottom of the barrel. I was with people who were, you know, these really petite, gorgeous Asian women who had been dancing and doing gymnastics since they were 2. And here I am at 20, never having any ballet experience, and I'm like the biggest in the room, you know? So that was hard. But luckily I didn't get sanitized out, and I was still able to learn something from that program. And then you have the creators, right? Mr. Gerald Combs gave us a wonderful talk about open source and its needs. And when it comes to open source, it's not necessarily open source because it's free, right? You can have free software that is also copyrighted. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the output of the program and you becoming a better version of yourself, it all depends on what you want to get out of the program, you know? And as a creator, you determine how successful that program may be. You know, people don't create programs the exact same way. There's time efficiency, there's space efficiency, time complexity, you know, the big O notation and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm here today to let you know that no matter where you are in life, you can find a program to better yourself, or maybe you don't need to better yourself. Maybe you can create a program that allows someone else to better themselves. I am here as a product of the Women in Technology Scholarship, a program. And although I definitely plan to remain a part of the Wireshark family for as long as possible, I do not want people to get angry with me when I go into my destiny and, you know, maybe some of the programs that I've been a part of in my life don't go necessarily remembered, you know? So keep that in mind and take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you.